Would you love to have more abundance in your life? Hi, I'm Mary Morrissey. Stuart Wilde wrote a famous little book on the law of attraction called The Little Money Bible. And in this book, there's a really powerful but little understood quote at the end of chapter 5. That quote says, "Via action, opportunities go from possibilities to probabilities and into reality. And then you can haul them to the bank, clunk them down on the counter and say, hey, this used to be a hazy wave. Now it's a check-styled solid particle. Please be so good as to credit it to my account. Thanks." So before we dive into what that really means to you and me, into how to translate a possibility for abundance into a probability and into our results, the kind of abundance you really want to take to the bank, the kind of abundance you want to live in. Before we dive into that, if you're not already subscribed to these videos, then go ahead and do that now. Subscribe so that you can stay in touch and we can get to know each other better and you can stay notified the moment a new video comes out. All right, let's dive in. So let's start at the end of the quote and work our way back. This used to be a hazy wave. Now it's a check-styled solid particle. So what does Stuart Wilde mean by this exactly? Well, here's the truth. Everything is created twice. The clothing you're wearing right now, whatever the kind of tool you're using to watch this video, whether it's a computer or a smartphone or a tablet of some kind, everything is created twice. First a thought and then a form. So right where you are, look around you, everything was created twice. When we know that, then we can begin to know that the source of the things we want in our life are not out there. The source comes right from the energy from which all things come. Everything's created twice. First, you need to get clear on what it is that you really would love. And then you turn your hazy idea into a clear idea. He says, opportunities go from possibilities into probabilities. So when we're just kind of sort of thinking about it and we kind of wish for it and hope for it, it just stays in its possibility wavelength. The truth is, everything is possible, but the things that become our results are what we actually get in harmony with, so that our vibration matches the vibration of the possibility we want to turn into our result. Anything is possible if you can think of it, but to turn it into a probability requires more of us. First of all, whatever it is that you would love right now, my first question to you is, would you love more abundance? If you had more abundance, which is forms of life, if you had more abundance in life, how would that show up for you? Is it money? When you hear the word abundance, do you think money? Do you think love? Do you think health? Do you think freedom to go where you want to go, do what you want to do? What do you think of when you hear the word abundance? So for a moment, just recognize that if you can think of it, you are deserving of it. The very fact that life is breathing you means you are deserving of everything life has to offer. And life can only give you what you get in harmony with. That's how life works. So remember that abundance is more than just money. And as you and I become a vibrational match to the thing we would love, opportunities, not only as possibilities are there, but then things begin to shift and move. A man named John that I know, who happens to be my oldest son, was able to translate in a world where there was no financing, a beautiful dream home for himself by following the process that we're talking about here. Now, he was a critical thinker. He was a real realist, what he called himself, a realist. And this kind of woo-woo stuff that his mother was into was really foreign for him, and he had a lot of rejection for it. However, he really wanted that house for his family. And there was no financing in Mexico where he lived. And I asked him if he'd be willing to do an experiment and let me help him walk through that experiment in Everything is Created Twice. Well, the quote begins this way, via action. It's not like via thinking. You think up the dream, you think up the possibility, and then via action where you're acting on that possibility. So what's important to note here is that taking action doesn't mean you spend all day building your dreams. You've got a life to live, people to see, places to go, things to do. But taking action means even taking one baby step a day. The power is in repetition and momentum. So John began by taking just a napkin drawing of the house he wanted to build to the bare land that he owned, just seeing and imagining that house being built. And one thing after another began to emerge, from taking that napkin, building a little platform so we could see what the second floor would look like, then condensing that into some real plans, to one thing after another. And then things began to happen that he could not make happen in the same way some of the most famous quotes say. Things begin to happen that one could have never dreamed would have come their way, because we are connected to a power that knows all things. But you and I have to work with it the way it works. So step one, get clear on your idea. You want more abundance? Get clear on what that abundance would look like really in your life. Know if you can think of it, you're absolutely deserving of it. And then via action, you act on whatever you can do with what you have in the direction of that dream. And you take even a 5-minute baby step every day. If you're not familiar with living this way, then do a 30-day experiment with it. And say, just for 30 days, I'm going to try this out. Other people are living from greater abundance. I would love to live from greater abundance. Know that the idea of abundance that is in you really comes from the power breathing you. It's seeking a freer, fuller, expanded version of life by means of all of us. It sends signals to you of what greater life would look like for you. Lean into that. Trust that. Via action, you turn that possibility into a probability and into a reality. It used to be a little wavelength. Now it's a crystallized particle you can cash in your bank, you can crawl into bed with, you can have the abundance that you would love. So here's my question for you. What is that one area of your life which you would love more abundance? Go ahead, share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And then if you're enjoying this video, please go ahead and share it and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. I want to thank you for watching. Here's to your abundance. I'll see you real soon.